But yeah,
okay,
so
what's happening in the world?
Harry and Meghan.
Yes.
Again, Harry and Meghan. Don't we just love chatting about Harry and Meghan? Well, guys, guess what? They've fallen out with someone else.
Yes, they have, haven't they? But why?
So, they have fallen out with David and Victoria Beckham. So, Harry apparently had a very tense phone call with David Beckham saying that he was apparently leaking stuff, leaking information to the press, apparently, because we all know how Harry feels about the press, especially the tabloid press.
On his mission, which is failing.
Oh,
yes.
Absolutely, it's failing. I mean, just on another note, I absolutely loved in the Netflix documentary how he was going on and on about the royal rota and all about the tabloid press's role within the royal rota, but failing to mention that the royal rota also includes outlets like BBC and Sky News and all of that stuff. And they go on and on about this catastrophic car chase in New York, whereas... Which wasn't, but as you know full well, when you're in the royal family, there are very much strict accreditation requests from the palace, and they handle all of that, and there's things called fixed positions, and then there are very much regulated rules around the press activity, because if they, go outside of those rules, they might get press accreditation denied to them for future events. So I absolutely love them going on and on about privacy, but yes, this is yet another example of Harry and Meghan alienating themselves from Hollywood.
So isn't there a phrase for it? It's like you've been Markled or something, when they have a pop at you and suddenly decide you're not friends anymore.
Yes.
It's something like that anyway. But the truth is, did they leak? I could see Victoria Beckham leaking.
No,
I must admit, she didn't.
Because I mean, this is David and Victoria Beckham.
They don't need to. They're bigger than them, aren't they?
They've been in the industry for years upon years, decades. David Beckham was one of the country's most beloved footballers of all times.
Well,
Victoria Beckham, global, of course, but global superstardom as part of the Spice Girls. You know, they don't need to leak any stories. But of course, Harry and Meghan just can't help themselves. Harry and his paranoia about the press. And, Meghan holds grudges. I previously broke the story about Meghan Markle's feud with none other than Katy Perry.
Now, in a nutshell, what's the elevator pitch about that feud?
Yes, so Katy Perry was basically asked in 2018 when promoting American Idol about what she thought of Meghan Markle's wedding dress. And she kind of said as a joke, Kate won, Meghan needed one more fitting. And Meghan, being Meghan, known for holding grudges, boom, holds the biggest grudge of them all. So yes, that's that. So and of course, Meghan and Harry, Oprah's distancing herself reportedly. You've got Gayle King reportedly distancing themselves.
Do you know, I'm struggling to know who some of these people are, Gayle King, but don't worry, I'm sure other people...
US personality,
okay,
US television personality.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Just thought I'd help you there, listeners and viewers.
But yeah, so and actually... We've been seeing kind of, hints for a feud of some time. So David Beckham had a huge event for Lionel Messi's debut into Miami, and celebrities such as Kim Kardashian and, of course, Meghan's so-called BFF Serena Williams was there as well. Yeah. And Meghan and Harry were nowhere to be seen.
Nice.
Huge showbiz wedding. Brooklyn Beckham marrying actress Nicola Peltz as well. Nicola Peltz, the daughter of billionaire Nelson Peltz as well. This was one of the biggest showbiz weddings of the year.
And they weren't there.
Not there as well. So there have been signs there.
So come on, what? Let's have a sweepstake. When will Harry return, tail between his legs, to the UK? You see, well, okay, it's a silly question, but I'm sure it'll end.
Listen,
like that.
There are the rumours of their apparent impending divorce as well. But the thing is, we know that Meghan has either two aspirations. She one wants to get either back into the world of celebrity, or two, she's got her eye on a run for office. Yeah. She wants to apparently become president. So both of those activities, you need the press on side. And Meghan, of course, was an actress. She used to go and she had her lifestyle blog, The Tig. She used to go on all of these media appearances before she married into the royal family. She used to be on Good Morning America and The Today Show doing cooking segments. So, she has signed to William Morris Agency.
Whenever she's on a stage, she's looking at the cameras. We know that she's
absolutely
playing the cameras. She did that in that very first event with Kate, William, Harry and her when they were engaged.
Oh, yeah.
And you could just see her playing the stage, working the angles and the cameras.
But
that's what she does.
That's what she did. She was a B-list actress. She was known for it. Her agents and her publicists used to meet with tabloid editors all the time before she married into the royal family to try and get her in the press. She was a celebrity courting the media. And, you know, she's got high aspirations now to either be a celebrity or to run for office. She needs to court the media again. However, as we know, Harry is beyond paranoid about the media. So therefore, there are reports that there is a tension between the couple, especially how Meghan has just signed up to the William Morris. She's just signed a contract with William Morris, one of the biggest agencies out in America, and they've got obviously big plans for her. And you know, they've got to turn it around after their Spotify deal came to an end. Their Netflix deal reportedly is hanging on by an absolute thread there. So you know, Meghan's future in Hollywood, it's hanging by a thread here. So she will need to get the press back on side. And well, Harry doesn't necessarily like that.
Only one person, actor from her profession has ever transitioned to the royal family successfully.
Grace Kelly.
Grace Kelly. And she did that with dignity, with style. Okay, it was a different age.
And we all thought Meghan Markle was going to be the next Grace Kelly. Yeah. This is the thing. And what I think Harry and Meghan are very keen to forget, because they're so caught up in their victimhood mentality. Woe is me, woe is our privileged life. The nation celebrated her. You know, she was going to be the great moderniser, and you know, if not the moderniser of the institution itself, a modern, effectively a secret weapon that the institution can use going into the future.
She was welcomed with open arms.
Absolutely,
and all this other stuff. I'm sorry, I just don't buy it. Carry on. Where are we going next? Enough of those.
Should we talk about the strike?
The actors' strike. The actors' strike in California.
There have been quite a few developments. So, of course, the actors' strike is going on alongside the writers' strike. This is the first time that these two unions are striking together in 63 years.
It's brought everything to a halt, really.
Absolutely everything to a halt. And we've had some developments. You know, some of the star power now are really starting to join the picket lines. We've seen this week Jane Fonda make big speeches. Colin Farrell's been on those lines. Jessica Chastain has been on the picket lines. Do you know any of these people?
Yes, I do, actually.
Okay,
Colin Farrell and Jane Fonda, I remember very well. In fact, I'm very pleased to hear she's still alive.
Yes, and Jessica Chastain, I think, is an absolutely brilliant actress as well. I loved her in The Help as well, alongside people like Octavia Spencer and Viola Davis. Absolutely brilliant film, but they've been out. However, there has been some controversy in Hollywood as well, because SAG-AFTRA, which is the union, they're basically disputing against the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, the AMPTP, over pay residuals, repeated payments in the age of streaming, and also the use of AI technology. But they've authorised 45, I quote, truly independent productions to go ahead, because they are not affiliated in any way to the big studios. These are independent productions. So therefore, SAG-AFTRA has allowed them to go ahead. But one actress, Sarah Silverman, has basically hit out massively at these other actors that are taking part in these, calling them scabs.
Wow.
Because she says, well, I've received calls to join independent productions, but I've said no. I've had other friends that have said no, but yet other people have said yes, and she's actually annoyed at the union for denying her the opportunity. Oh, very vitriolic. Sarah Silverman, she's known to be quite vehement in her views, especially, you know, she's previously taken part in political rallies at the Democratic National Convention. You know, she's been very much
she's
on
a
the
right
front
old
line.
lefty.
Well, yes, very much so. You could say that. The Primetime Emmys have also been postponed as well, because, of course, as part of the strike, actors aren't allowed to compete in any press opportunities. They're not allowed to promote any struck work as well. So accepting an award constitutes as promotion of work. So meaning they're not allowed to go to any sort of award ceremonies.
So how will this affect us? Are we going to see less delays on films and series and everything?
Absolutely. Plenty of films have been delayed as well, you know, and on that front, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2 is one of those productions that has also been delayed. And what's actually very interesting is that there is kind of tension building in Hollywood, because there are quite a few stars like Margot Robbie and Reese Witherspoon, and of course Tom Cruise,
heard of two of those,
who are producers in their own right. You know, Reese Witherspoon and Margot Robbie own production companies, and actually Tom Cruise was actually part of the union's negotiating tables. He was kind of trying to mediate the two sides, because he asked, as kind of a middle ground, can actors, okay, fair enough, not participate in any sort of productions, can they still promote their own movies and promote their work? To which SAG-AFTRA actually said no. And actually, You know, I previously spoke to Tom Cruise on the red carpet of the premiere of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, because you might remember this was one of the first films to reopen production amid the pandemic. And I asked him at the time, you know, did he feel a responsibility to cinema?
And are we going to hear that?
We're going to
hear it, are we? Great, brilliant. Oh, they're nearly awake in the production studio.
Well,
this is a live show. Here we go.
No, always. That's why it was like, yeah, we stayed to do it, to make sure that we could make this film. It was a beautiful moment last night to be able to share it with our cast and crew, you know, so that they know what they all accomplished.
And do you ever get scared because some of these stunts are really quite breathtaking?
Well, the thing is, it's not that I don't get scared, it's I don't mind being scared. I don't mind being a little nervous.
I think he's scared.
Well, I mean, some of the stunts in Mission Impossible 2 are absolutely
I love the Mission Impossible
I love it too. He literally drives a motorbike off a cliff, and it's been called one of the biggest stunts in cinema history. So that's what you need to know.
I'm surprised he's allowed to, actually.
Well, this is Tom Cruise. You know, he's known for doing his own stunts
and things like that. They must have fits when it's
Listen, this is the guy that wants to film in space. So this is Tom Cruise.
Good. But very briefly, though, something about Simon Cowell?
Yes, he's reportedly quit
Thank
showbiz.
God for that. He can't have. Yes, he's got to go. Oh, he's got to go. I mean, how much? I mean, the guy looks like he's propped up by every new treatment on the face of the earth.
Well,
he
listen.
Just wants to go, doesn't he?
Despite what you might say, his fiancée Lauren Silverman has reportedly taken the reins of his psycho, not a makeover, his psycho company, and this was after he took a step back, reduced staff levels to take a step back from music. He's only got one television commitment for Britain's Got Talent.
I mean, he is immensely talented. But
he's so talented.
I know
genius
he is,
of a brain.
Oh my God, how much do we have to see of him? It's like,
well, not much at the moment, because we're only seeing him in Britain's Got Talent.
Yay!
His show Walk the Line got axed after only one season. He wants to spend
very
time
upset about
with
this,
his son Eric.
I'm going to do some counselling during the break. But brilliant.
We could do that.
Thank you, Josh.
Thanks,
Lovely to
Nick.
hear from you. Josh Rom with all the latest show business news there.